Look at all this possible inventory. Possibly things that I'll be selling in the future. Who knows what'll happen now that I'm a dad. Well, going to be a future dad. So many of these items. Jeez, I can't even speak right now. So many of these items are actually personal. It looks like it's stuff that would be my store. There is a few items here that are my store, but a lot of this is just stuff that I've kind of accumulated over the years as a collector. Toys is one of my first hobbies, and it's kind of grown into Lego, Pokemon cards, more vintage toys as well. And some of these are also part of my inventory. More Lego. I don't know why I'm kind of giving you guys a little bit of a tour. This wasn't the point of the video. Also got some cards here. Magic and Pokemon cards. So, obviously selling has kind of become a niche thing. Ooh, I don't know if I kind of unplugged this accidentally. Ooh, is that better now? I don't know. Hopefully with it. I hope the audio is working though. So selling has kind of become a hobby over the years. It was always something I was interested in, just the value of things in general, you know, buying something low and selling it high, or just not having to work for other people all the time, kind of making it on my own. These are things that you kind of learn about yourself early on in life, you know, whether it's being a kid and having a lemonade stand when you're young, or just trying to find a way to make your own business, working for yourself, you know, whether it's like a sole proprietor or you want to start your own business, start your own brick and mortar store even. And honestly, over the years, I've kind of learned a few things about myself. And one of the things is that I always felt like I was going to be an entrepreneur. And the reason why is because it's not that I can't work with other people. I think it's the fact that when you are working for other people or companies, you can be laid off at like a moment's notice for no fault of your own or anything like that at all. And then you kind of find yourself in the rat race of trying to polish off that resume, sending it off to as many people as possible, trying to find a job. And then meanwhile, your debt is accumulating, and then you have to service your debt at some point, whether it's by getting another job or going further into debt, or you eventually just say, screw it, I'm going to file for bankruptcy, or you become an entrepreneur. Now, being an entrepreneur is not easy though. There is a lot of headaches involved. Some days I just wish that I could just have a normal job, get that freaking T4 slip, basic taxes. You don't have to have crazy bookkeeping. You don't have to keep track of everything that you're buying and spending on, and just like stuff that you're getting as income, whether it's affiliate links, YouTube ad revenue. All of these things add up, and they become definitely a headache at the end of the day. But it's one of those things that's part of being an entrepreneur. And it's one of those things that a lot of people don't realize how difficult it actually is. And some people don't realize how easy they have it, and they get jealous of people who are either YouTubers or someone who works for themselves because they think it's easy, but it really is not easy. Again, I would love to, but I know that deep down inside, I would have that itch that I need to scratch, you know, but I would love to just have a regular job sometimes. Well, in any case, how have things been doing? Well, the Canada Post is on strike, so if you guys are in Canada right now, you probably know that. Canada Post strike is pretty brutal because it's affected some of our recent sales. We've had to use UPS instead to ship things off and cost a little extra money for certain items. We had a direct way that you can print labels off of our eBay for Canada Post, so that way the buyer could select shipping, and then it would calculate the distance, you know, weight and everything else. It was really easy. We had a good, efficient system, but unfortunately, Canada Post kind of threw a wrench in that right around the Christmas season too, and made it very difficult on us and our eBay store. But it is what it is. You know, Canada Post, I feel like it's almost every year at this point that they go on strike again. It's just fun. It's just funny because I was starting this video off by talking about how difficult it actually is being an entrepreneur, and it's something that I've always felt like I was going to be at the end of the day, you know, whether I had a few jobs here and there, but eventually I was always going to find entrepreneurship. And that's why it's funny when I see these people going on strike. And my dad actually worked at the Canada Post, so story time. My dad worked for the Canada Post for over 30 years, and he retired in 2012. And I remember him getting annoyed whenever Canada Post would have to go on strike, because he would be forced to, as a union member, picket with them. And he sometimes didn't like that. You know, he was someone who just, he wasn't greedy. He just wanted to make his own way, have a job, kind of fall under the radar, right? And you get your normal union raises every year, and that was all really he wanted. He didn't really care about being greedy and stuff. I'm not saying that all Canada Post employees are greedy, but they also have things very easy in terms of having a regular job, and they're kind of taking that for granted by going on strike. But regardless, it's affecting my business. It's probably affecting a lot of other businesses as well. They're the biggest shipping company in all of Canada, right? Maybe Amazon is kind of close, but in terms of like UPS, and then you have Purolator, and then you have Canada Post. Canada Post is definitely the largest. So it's been really stressful in the past 4 days trying to figure things out, as we're in Q4, and you guys know Q4 is the busiest. So when you're really busy and you really need your shipping service to be kind of on time and actually efficient, they're going on strike. And we also got our first snowfall here in Calgary as well on top of that, our first big snowfall. So it's going to be very difficult for any other company who's going to be taking over all these shipping responsibilities. Regardless, just kind of want to do a bit of a rant today and kind of bring up the entrepreneur question, kind of bring up the Canada Post strike, kind of vent. I felt like venting today, and I hope you do enjoy these videos. If you want to see more venting and ranting from me, please let me know down below in the comment section. I'll make sure to deliver on that promise. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Maybe the next one will be maybe finally another trip to the good old bins or thrift stores. We'll see. All right, take care.